Mike Tannenbaum, your tweet on Trevor Lawrence. This is what we saw yesterday that we wanted to get your thoughts on. Trevor Lawrence played great against Miami Saturday night, 292 yards, 3 touchdowns. He clearly is going to be the #1 overall pick in next year's draft. And Mike T, you had a tweet that took it a step further than just this year. You tweeted, Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback coming out since Andrew Luck. The last 3 #1 picks, Burrow, Murray, and Mayfield, aren't even close to him. And you're far from the first person that we have heard say that, but you're the one I can call up easily and get on the show. So I want to ask you, for those of us who watch it, you do these evaluations. What specifically is it you see in him that makes you say, he's not just good, this guy is different from the other guys we've seen in recent years that we've fallen in love with?
Yeah, it starts with his size. He has prototypical height, weight, and speed. He really reminds me of Vinny Testaverdi when you see him up close and personal. He can make all the throws, and athletically, Greeny, how about this? If he stopped playing college football today, he has more rushing touchdowns than Kyler Murray, and we think of Kyler Murray as this very athletic quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is a really good athlete, and here's a play against the Citadel that shows all the things he can do. First, you go to the line of scrimmage. He sees that there could be 5 players blitzing, so with a 5-man rush, you got to adjust the protection. He does that. Clearly, he's processing information, does a great job with that. Play action here, he sees that the safety is biting on the play action, and he does a great job with his footwork. He gets to the top of his drop, and then he throws the ball 55 yards for a perfect strike. And I don't care if this is 7-on-7, I don't care if this is the Citadel. The fact that you could process information, show great footwork, see that that safety is biting on play action, and throw the ball 55 yards perfectly accurately shows all the attributes you need to be a great quarterback. So he's clearly better than those other 3. And by the way, those other 3 all transferred. Trevor Lawrence has been the guy since day 1 and only has 1 loss in his career.
Now, Desmond, let me come to you because, of course, you cover the college game for us so well, and you've seen all of these quarterbacks that we're talking about. And before that, in your mind, is Lawrence a step above most of the other guys we've talked about in recent years?
I tell you what, Greeny, when I read that tweet, I know Mike T. Knew when he was down here with the Dolphins. I understand he likes to have a glass of wine every now and then. I thought maybe he had a couple of glasses of wine, grabbed his phone, and shot that tweet out as a knee-jerk reaction. I will give it to you, Mike T. I do believe that he's better than Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray, he was more of an athlete. He's a better quarterback at this position. I thought you were going to say if he stopped playing football today, that maybe he could play power forward, because if Kyler Murray stopped playing football today, he could play Major League Baseball. I would also agree that he's better than where Baker Mayfield was at this point in his collegiate career, because all the throws, the way he can process information, he's further ahead than Baker Mayfield, no doubt. But Joe Burrow, that's stepping over the line, Mike T. That guy, listen, Joe Burrow was head and shoulders the best quarterback we've ever seen at this level. Don't forget, they went head-to-head in the national championship game a year ago. And I don't know, maybe you just forgot about the way that Trevor Lawrence played in that game. He wasn't the guy who you would ever say is better than Joe Burrow. And he had all the weapons on the field that he needed at his disposal for that game, too. As a matter of fact, he had Travis Etienne and Mike T. After the Miami game, if we had to vote for Heisman candidates right now, I would contend that Travis Etienne will get more first-place votes right now than Trevor Lawrence. And on a side note, Greeny, I think that you and I, we need to do like a Heisman update on your radio show every week, but we can talk about that later. So my point is, I do think he's better than Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield, but I would not say that he's better than Joe Burrow. No sirree, Mike T. No, sir.
Mike T, let me give it back to you on that thought, Mike. And if there is any criticism that you can make of Lawrence, if that's even the right word is, and that the 2 games last year in the playoff against the 2 really great teams, he didn't dominate against Ohio State, and he was outplayed against LSU. So Desmond is bringing that up, and I would ask you, is that not a concern?
Absolutely, but we're talking about he has 1 loss in his career, and as we know, LSU was historically great. Now, I really like my man Desmond here, but I'm not even sure if Joe Burrow is going to be the best quarterback that came out last year, because what I've seen out of Justin Herbert so far validates everything I saw in Oregon, and Justin Herbert may turn out to be the better quarterback than Tua Tagovailoa and Joe Burrow if we just go by what we're seeing so far in the NFL. And I know it's early, but let's just pump the brakes just a little bit on Joe Burrow. But going back to Trevor Lawrence, because of all the physical attributes he has the best chance for sustainable success compared to those other three guys. Joe Burrow's taken a lot of hits already. I don't know if he's going to get through 16 games. I know that Trevor Lawrence can.
Let me get RC in here quickly. You've known him since high school. What are your thoughts?
Listen, I think I understand why Mike T would be so excited about his physical measurables, but it's about what you see on the field. It's about production. You want to talk about the Miami game? What he did in the Miami game was lead the league or lead college football in throwing screens to very talented players. And so do I think Trevor Lawrence has some of the measurables that can make him a star? Absolutely. But we're kind of ignoring the film, ignoring the production. And when you have 3 years of opportunity of ACC football, of college football, playoff football, and you choose a play against the Citadel to show us why Trevor Lawrence is good, that gives me a little pause. I think the kid is super talented too. But if you want to pump your brakes on Joe Burrow, you better drive a Flintstone car and jam both of your feet into the cement when you're talking about Trevor Lawrence, because he has improved half of what Joe Burrow did last year.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.